see here. We go. Yeah. Hey, folks. Yeah. We are behind the scenes. Welcome to another Atmos-Lab. We're working on some stuff. I just recently fixed up a whole bunch of the network stuff that we've got in the garage. So we've got some strong Wi-Fi here happening, which is good. I've kind of consolidated everything in the same Wi-Fi signal. I had separate ones, so it was causing a lot of trouble. So now everything's together, so it means I can run stuff in the house and out here without too much grief. But yeah, this is Atmos-Lab number 3, and we are doing there's a little behind the scenes, a little catch up here. We're going to be working on some projects. I'm going to try and finish off the house tonight. We've got a little bit of some of the little additions we're doing to the model on the top. 3D modeling and printing some stuff. My god, it is a mess in here because I've been just running some Hero Quest with the kids, and I'm pretty tired, and I'm in here now. It is almost 10:20 at night, and we gotta keep things moving. So something just behind the scenes I've been working on is some additional prop stuff. So now you may have seen this TV screen on just as a prop kind of thing. We had a guy's head in there. I've been on the hunt in all kinds of different thrift stores to find one of those old monitors, which is like the old LCD monitor kind of thing. I'm trying to find ones that's the perfect size, because the original TV that this was in was like a by the side of the road kind of fine, so it was all busted up. But we've got a monitor in there. I'm just waiting for a cable to come tomorrow, and we'll see if it works. But the monitor itself was $6 at the thrift store, so that's kind of the price I like to pay on that kind of stuff, like that old, antiquated kind of technology kind of stuff. So it's been good. You see, I'm standing quite a bit. I've had a bit of injury for my hamstring and stuff that I've been kind of working on for the last few months. So kind of been standing for a while. So sitting has not been too great. So I've got some a lot of exercises from my physio. Let's just bring the microphone over there. That's a little better. So a lot of exercises from my physio as I'm trying to kind of get that back in shape. But yeah, all right. We got a house to finish as well. There's a lot. This whole room is completely in shambles. If you can see on the other side, there's a whole bunch of boxes. We're getting some ceiling fans installed, so I've got a whole bunch of stuff over there while we're trying to sort that out for the house. And there's a whole bunch of Hero Quest stuff that I've just shoved in here to try and get away from the hustle and bustle of the house. But let's get a couple of things here going, because I want to finish off this house finally. I thought the last stream that we had for the Atmos-Lab was the finishing touches, and that was just on the environment terrain type of area. But this is going to be my little additions to the model and everything. Forgetting the microphone. The model and everything, because I want to make it my own. I've got some ideas of how to use it in the channel for kind of structuring some parts about the show to kind of create more of a formula for things. It kind of feels like we've gone, because we've had the channel running for a while, right? And I want to say it's been 3 or 4 years. And a lot of that was just, I've got this information source, I'm trying to get it out to people who are super passionate about this stuff as I am, creating this immersive atmosphere and all the tools and technology around that and all the models and live play stuff and everything. And now I'm trying to kind of really figure out just to kind of promote some more growth for things. I'm trying to really figure out the identity of the channel, whether that's like the particular type of music that we're going to be using, and some of like the framework of like some of the imagery and models and miniatures. So it's interesting. Like YouTube is in an interesting way at the moment. So it's kind of been hard to kind of get successful videos out there because just how the algorithm works and stuff. And it's hard to get views on things, and I think a lot of other content creators get quite frustrated with that kind of thing. And I'm thankful that I've got my own day job and everything, and you guys to support me with this kind of stuff. So it's kind of taken a lot of the pressure off, but I really want to make this a good success. So it's been kind of a little bit of going back to the drawing board of trying to kind of like work out what are the nuts and bolts of this channel, what we want to kind of like push forward, what kind of things we have like as a long-term plan of things we want to do on Atmoseeker, and just what we can do to kind of facilitate things that kind of helps it make it easier to make content, and kind of structure things in a way that kind of makes it nice and fun for people to watch. And yeah, people get really frustrated about a whole algorithm thing and like, oh, I only got, so many views and stuff. And I'm not going to cry about that kind of thing, just because I think when you do this kind of thing, you got to love it, And I think having you guys and the Discord and the community and seeing what everyone else is doing, even like all the other like Facebook groups, I see you guys popping up in there, what you guys are working on, and it's super inspiring, and I love it all, and I think that's how it is. And I feel like there's a vibe of just kind of being in it for the love of the game, not so much for I want to make video so me, be million seller and then live off this stuff. No, I'm doing this because I love it. I love making all this stuff, and I'm working out how to fit this into the motions of life at the moment as the kids are getting older. So it's not hanging up your hat kind of thing. It's more kind of like, let's work this out and work out how we can get some videos out. So I think that's kind of what I'm working on, and that's kind of like what this whole house project has been. This has been a good kind of like reset kind of project of, let's work out some branding. Let's have a nice kind of contained kind of project that we're kind of, really putting some like love and care into, and like all the little extra bits, and really seeing it come together. I think it's really kind of exposed some of like the things I'm really passionate about with some of the aspects of this stuff. In particular, all the stuff about like miniature movie effects and how that kind of stuff can kind of translate into the tabletop gaming space. And yeah, I definitely want to make more time to play it, to play Dungeons and Dragons, to play Hero Quest with the kids, and I think that it's really important to play that stuff, because I feel like so you see all like the creators, and I'm in that space too of just like making things, and then do you ever do any of that during the game and stuff? It's like, yeah, I do, but probably not as often as you think, Like, how often would you think I play D&D? I mean, I'm just at that age where it's hard to lock down a day and time with people. So that's where the studio's gone through a lot of changes to go from like, I originally had this as like a permanent setup, like play space, and now it's kind of more of a hybrid. So I could turn it into a play space if I wanted to, but it's more geared as a content creation kind of thing. So yeah, I'm working things out. I'm working things out. I know it's been a bit of a lull on the channel right now. Like I know we haven't gotten a lot of content out, a lot of videos. We've been very the live streams have been great to kind of keep things ticking along, keep me in here, and keep connected with you folks and show you guys what's going on. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I think working on the live stuff has kind of helped improve a lot of the stuff in the studio. It's just meaning when I'm producing or recording episodes, it's it kind of takes a lot of the fuss out of like, oh, I've got to move lights around, cameras around. It's like, no, I've got it all kind of hooked up, and then we can kind of film that kind of stuff. So it's kind of it's surprising how long a process that is to kind of work out. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, this was a bit of a tangent of trying to kind of explain what's kind of going on behind the scenes. But, yeah, I'm not giving up. You guys are amazing. I love all this stuff. And I just apologize if it's been a bit slow on the content release. I know it's been a few months since I've released a proper video. But I want to be able to... It's kind of like it's a long-term investment, right? Like, we're building up stuff now so that it becomes easier and faster in the future. And that's kind of what we're doing with this house project. Man, that's a good whiskey. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. That's enough of that. Oh. Just gonna try and get this place all rigged up so we can finish off this house, I reckon. Okay. Yeah, because most of today was picking apart at that TV, trying to get that in shape. Actually probably don't need the ground terrain. Oh. Probably can move some of that stuff because I'm going to be working on the house directly. So let's switch to this. Oh yeah, you can see a little bit of what's going on back there. This is my little hidey hole. Like, we haven't had a car in this place for a while, but yeah, you can see a little bit behind the scenes of where I am. I've got all the lights on, so it's less magical. You would think. Bikes, stuff, everything, but yeah, from this perspective though, we get an idea of what we can do. I'm going to turn off those lights now just because I'm going to have stuff exposed properly, hopefully. Oh. I see. Mess disappears. Turn off the lights. So yeah, I really want to do some wide shots. I got a plan what kind of shots I want to use, and I think I'm really thankful that I kept the house separate from the terrain, because I have some ideas of how to kind of incorporate it into the show. I think one idea was that this is basically going to be my base of operations. I guess if you haven't been following along, right? Like, so this house is basically, it's going to be the Atmoseeker house. So this is kind of where Seb lives. This is where all the atmospheric terrain and tips and all of that is kind of kept. This is where I do all the show and everything. And this is going to be kind of I'm going to use it for a lot of just like framing for the show, like little narrative points. And we might be transporting the whole house Count Duckula style to different positions. So I'm thinking, in addition to that regular base that we've got there, we might be coming up with like a floating land kind of platform. So I'll have levers on the show that I'll kind of push. It's like, let's go to the swamp, and we'll transport to the swamp, and maybe we'll have some shots of it like sunken in the swamp, or snow, or just kind of like on a kind of like floating island kind of thing in the void. Yeah, so this is kind of my like TARDIS, I guess. This is this is going to be the deal. So I've been actually I'm just gonna move that blue light back to it's a little bit contrasty. But yeah, so I've been designing some extra 3D printed parts that I've been working on to kind of put onto the top of the house here to make it into my own thing. Cheers. Yeah, so let's show it, because I was 3D modeling some of this stuff. I was debating whether or not I would go onto the house and use like coffee stirrer sticks and actual like little pieces of crafting stuff to kind of like you could use like matchsticks and stuff. And I think just in the end it was kind of like a thought of I really don't want to spend too much time messing about with this kind of stuff. So I 3D modeled it. Oh, I am missing a tool. Bear with me. I am going to go get a little flame torch kind of thing, because I wanted to clean up some of these guys. I'll be back in a second. Boo, boo, boo. Do. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, I just noticed that on some of these parts. Switch back here. On some of these parts I've made, probably most of these parts, you can see that we've got a little bit of that stranding kind of thing. So I've found that the best way to kind of deal with it, just a little bit of a lighter. Cleans it up pretty well. It's like, what do you call it? Like spider webbing, I guess. So yeah, basically tonight we're going to clean up these parts a bit, maybe try and paint them, maybe separately from the house, just because that's going to be a little bit neater, I guess. And then, yeah, we'll glue some stuff together, I think. There are some things that go together directly, but we're just kind of trying to figure it out a bit and make it manageable. All right, I need some tools and some crafting stuff. Oh. Yeah, there are some parts that I didn't even print. I'm just gonna double check we've got, yeah, we've definitely got audio coming through, don't we? Yeah, so it looks like I definitely have to do like the whole flame treatment on a lot of these things, but a lot of these, like I've designed a lot of these to kind of print supportless. But there is a little bit of cleanup here and there. I just wonder if it was even worth putting the supports in there. Just it's hard to tell the scale until it's actually printed, because I would be modeling this in the computer and like, yeah, looks right. Looks right in Maya. That's what I use for a lot of my 3D modeling, just because we use it for work, so I don't have to pay for a license or anything. I suppose you could use Blender, but I don't have a lot of experience with Blender, so I've just been kind of using what's fastest, what more is my know-how, I guess. Yeah, we're just trying to like neaten up some of this stuff. I don't even mind if any of this gets like warped or something. It's strange, like, because I used like 1 or 2 different wood models that I sculpted. And yeah, I think I got the scale all right. I was worried it was going to be too big, too chunky. Got this guy's gonna glue to this guy. Gotta be careful not to warp it too much. Yeah, see, because that's quite thin. Yeah, gotta be careful. All right, so I think that guy is gonna definitely glue to the top of that guy. I've been having, as you can imagine, I've been having a lot of fantastic luck gluing things to things. Ugh. You know what? I'm going to give it a little bit of a sand first, just to make sure that it sticks as easily as possible, because it's been a bit of a bastard to kind of get going. All right. I just ordered some of that plastic cement stuff, finally. Because I've just been using some of this dollar store glue. It's been awful. Sometimes it works really well on, I think maybe this is just a me thing, but like on PLA prints, everything like that, it's just been very, like I want to stick a thing on a thing and have it stick, and it's been a nightmare. Hopefully maybe sanding it a bit kind of helps it. Definitely roughs it up a bit. Because I want to glue this to stuff. Glue this to each other. Let's see if we can do that. Ooh. So I'm just going to glue like that. Wonderful. Ish. Wonderful-ish. Okay, now I just got to make sure it does it. Stuff always does a lot better job of gluing to my hands than to whatever I want to glue it to. Case in point. That actually did a really good job. I think it's oh man, that's spicy in the eyes. Oh man. Oh. Been thinking about old YouTube channels of crafters and how they don't make videos anymore. And I don't think I want to be like that. I want to keep going. I don't want to give up. And I think when you got work and you got kids and you're ticking along, it's easy to do that, to give up. But not me. Yeah. Alright, so we got a little platform here, which is kind of cool. I was thinking of painting these before I do all the metal bits, because we've got all these guys. I actually think I might just spray paint these with metallics. I've got some of these that have combo wood stuff. Yeah, because we've got a bunch of glue on my fingers now. This guy goes over here though. It's pretty good. Maybe I do spray paint this with some metallics, just because it'll be easy. So maybe I'll mask this guy off. Clean this guy up a bit. heck did I save it? Yeah, I might spray paint. I might spray paint a bunch of this metallic stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna clean it up a little first. I'm gonna have to mask this little guy because he's got a little bit of a combo together because he was printed with multi-filament stuff. Oh, see, there worked okay, and I didn't even put any supports there. I should have just not bothered with supports because it's so shallow. All right, let's clean these. Let's clean these up, all these metallic-y bits, so I can give them a little bit of a spray. I'm going to mask off some of this wood area because I'm going to paint that by hand tonight, I reckon. I'm going to weather it a bit. Just going to make sure that this guy stays straight. Ish. There we go. Alright, he's looking good. That's clean. Pretty good. Just cleaning up some of these bits where I put like little supports and stuff in there. And try not to slice myself after having a couple of whiskeys. I already messed that up. No. That wood texture's come up all right. I think it would have been okay if I crafted it, but I definitely wouldn't have had the speed of putting it all together. Like knowing that it's going to be accurate to what I need. Got some cool little bits here. See, these bits are pretty cool. And they're pretty simple to sculpt. Maybe I'll put these up on the drive. Just trying to get rid of all the like little wispiness from all the printing. Generator guy here. I think we're gonna try and get some like cabling going, but I'm not exactly sure what to use. I thought about using some of this wire for cabling, but I don't know. I think maybe something not as shiny, I guess. Easier to paint. Maybe some twine or something. Yeah, these are all looking good. All right, I'm gonna mask off that guy. Mask off this guy, just where the metallic is. I probably just need like a, we call it like a masking tape. Right. Totally. Where is that? Somewhere in here, in a mess. You know what? To just get some of this away. masking. Spray it with a mix of these, I reckon. Got some rust effect. I like to use that to kind of add a little bit of texture. Got some metal, silver. First things first, let's mask off this guy. I guess it doesn't have to be perfect. I just know how overspray works. Kind of, basically, can kind of bleed into a lot of sections you wouldn't normally think it would. I don't know. And then I'm gonna spray a bunch of this stuff, just with spray paint, just I don't know, over there to the side. Just a quick coat. See, perfect, masked. Okay. I think that's pretty covered. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to give that a little bit of a spray. Something sprayed on. Here we go. Found me again. Okay. Let's see this one. So I'm just going to grab all the metal bits. I think we're gonna go mostly with the metallic, I think, and we'll just use washers. I might not use that rust effect. The rust effect might be too big. Boop, boop, boop. While that's... So maybe the tracking's going to pick up my face again. Hello. Nope. There we go. We're back. All right, let's work out what we're doing with this wood. Because I want to tie it in to a bunch of this stuff that we're doing with the house. Whoa. Actually might just... Yeah. I just think I might just run a wire brush over it just to kind of see if we can rough it up a bit. Because this filament I've been using to print this stuff is just regular filament. It hasn't had a matte finish to it or anything like that. But if we scratch up the surface a bit, might take a bit of the shine in this off, I reckon. Looks like we still got some bits in there. Oh, I don't think I've cleaned up this bit. Looks like there's been some supports there. Okay. Yeah, I'm just running a bit of a... Just basically trying to rough it up a bit. Yeah, we're not going to see really the underside of it. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll run a little bit of sandpaper underneath it. Kind of like what we did with the other one, really. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's have a look. This guy's been drying. He looks pretty good. I'm just going to rough him up a bit. It's a bit sheeny. I reckon once we start like dry brushing some stuff on here, that'll turn it down. All right, so... Yeah, we're waiting. This guy's fine. This guy's fine. Let's just show how it kind of pieces together, right? So we've got the regular house here, and then we're gonna have this platform that kind of just sits on the roof there. And the idea is that I'm gonna have all this stuff that I can take it off and I could use the house as is without it. So it's not meant to be kind of permanent, I guess. I think this guy goes in like that. And then, yeah, that stuff's kind of drying, but we're gonna have a structure around that top one. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring down the wood, I guess, to the same level of griminess, grittiness as this stuff. I'm just wondering if it's worth waiting for that other stuff to be ready. Maybe. It could be dry right now. Let's check it out. little bit. Not feeling ready to go for last one, though. A little bit of Atmos-Lab. It's not too bad though. Let's switch it to here. It's not too bad. There were a couple of bits we probably could have masked a bit better. I didn't think it was going to go onto that edge. But yeah, not too bad. So we painted a little bit of metallic on this one. Spray paint's always good as a bit of filler, I think, on this kind of stuff. Had a little bit show up on that edge, but yeah, maybe whilst we're tweaking things, won't be too bad. Alright, so we've got this guy, and this guy. I believe that's all of my wooden pieces that I need, so we can work on painting these guys. So I'm gonna have to work out what colors we're gonna be using. Tan, brown, all kind of like matte kind of stuff. I think we're gonna probably use a few washes. That tracking is insane. Okay, we've got grey, mocha, tan, okay, I think that'll do. Yeah, I think that'll do. Okay, got a brush? No, we don't have a brush. Who needs brushes, right? I think we're done with cleanup. That's good. That's where we're gonna see. I feel like that lighting is a bit bluish. I feel like there's some blue in that LED strip. I'm gonna try and see if we can get it completely white here. I'll be damned, it is a bit blue. There we go, that's 10 million% better. Actually, see the colors of these things now. Alright, we need some brushes. Okay. I think we're just gonna, because it's already brown, I think we're just gonna build on top of it. So maybe we'll start with some of this mocha brown. Kind of overbrush on this and then back with some tan and stuff. I think this is just mostly to kind of matte things up a bit. Actually, that color is almost it's almost bang on with the filament color. Look, at least it'll probably be like a different finish. So I might just pick it up a bit more. I'm not even priming this stuff. I think that's something I've realized with like 3D printing a lot of the time. Don't really need to prime it. It's worked out pretty well for me. I think a lot of people prime to kind of hide a lot of the like layer lines and that kind of thing, but in this kind of situation, I think especially if you've got a pretty good quality printer, like the Bamboo Labs ones are very good. This does a great job of keeping it high quality enough that I don't have to use primer. Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty bang on, almost like color-wise. It feels like I'm not really painting this at all. Yeah. We've kind of base coated it, I guess, quotation. What can we do? All right, because we've got to kind of blend it in with that. Thinking maybe we throw a little bit of tan into the color that we've already got there, the brown. Because I feel like tan on its own, it's going to be a bit too contrasty, I guess. It's interesting as how simple I went on the sculpting for this. It was basically just a cube and kind of like rounding the edges a bit more and giving it these grooves. The sculpt itself is quite simple. I think that's why, like knowing kind of the scale of this thing, that's why I didn't really sculpt a lot of detail into some of these little legs and stuff, because it's just you're never gonna get that detail out of it, of like wood grain and stuff on those stilts, unless it's like a matchstick kind of thing. That's looking okay. I actually think I'm gonna need like a black or something, just because like looking up at the house, this is pretty light in compared to it. So maybe washes or something to kind of bring it down a bit. Probably dry brushing onto something that's very still a little bit wet, I guess. Maybe we're just trying to focus a little bit on that tonal variation. For this to dry before I really lay into it, huh? Ugh. That's good, so. Yeah, we're just trying to weather this wood a bit more, I think. Alright, what we got going on here with our metal stuff, we definitely have to spray the other side. We've got flip, 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 flip. That should do it, I guess. Whenever that dries, then it'll be ready. And we can put some washes on this stuff. Oh man. Yeah, definitely feeling, I don't know. Is it the fumes? I should definitely use a mask or something. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's just looking a little subtle with that stuff. I feel like I gotta get a black or something. Gotta mix it in a bit more. It's just looking a little too clean. You know what I mean? And maybe that's what we'll do with like the washes and stuff, but in the meantime, let's get a little. This one's done. No grey there. Way too much. Just squirts it out. I feel like I'm just gonna like mix with a little bit of this stuff. Just trying to filthify it, I guess. That's a bit better. A bit strong on the. I think it was just too clean, especially in contrast with the house, which is very dark, which is intentionally dark. It's you know, it's meant to be kind of gothic looking. I should have done this first. Gonna get a little bit of that dirtiness to it. Yeah, and then we dry brush over the top of that. I reckon that's gonna be the ticket. That's just really alright, because that kind of creates a little bit of that texture, a little tonal variety, I guess. It's better than just the, definitely have too much black here. Oh, the hardest part is just I have to wait for it to dry before I can move on to something. We're trying to age this wood. Man, the initial coat was such a waste of time. Should just gone straight to this. We're trying to dirty this up. Okay, that's pretty dirty. Just needs to be. It needs to be drier so I can keep painting it. I have to wait. Oh. Either that, or I could get the hair dryer. A little bit of a cheat that way. Wonder how my metallic bits are going. Those are definitely going to need a wash. They look dryish. We could bring them up. Let's have a look. Oh, they're very, very pristine. They're very shiny. Definitely gonna need something to clean. Well, clean these up a bit. Dirty these. Yeah, that structure looks really good. After that little dirty down, that's much better. Oh crap! Missing something. Oh crap. Yeah, I was definitely meant to glue this onto there. That's alright. We'll dirty it up a bit. And then glue it, I guess. If I can do a little bit of filterifying here. So these guys. A little bit too pristine, these guys. They're meant to be metallic, but put like a wash in this thing, but that might be enough. I don't know. Still a little tacky from the spray. Wash is probably going to tie that whole thing together, which would be good. I really wanted to spray painted metal, just because I know that's going to show up a bit differently on camera. That's really important part for me with terrain painting or miniature painting, is really the difference between textures. I think metallics really help a lot, especially like depending on what you're making. But yeah, that variation really helps. These ladders are so small. Yeah, I'm not gonna need a wash on this ladder. But yeah, basically it's the way we work with lighting. It's those high kind of shiny areas that are going to kind of glint and contrast, just make a more interesting image. That's kind of mostly what I focus on. This is the personal thing. I think that's just what I like, what I think is kind of like aesthetically kind of nice to see in like terrain setups. Yeah, these are very suitably dirty ladders now. Dirty. Actually, that dirtying is pretty good. Kind of add it to these guys. Yeah, that's good. Don't even have to wait for the wash, because this paint's going to be more matte than the very glossy, shiny. See, that looks a lot more aged. Yeah, that definitely looks better, being aged up a bit like that. No washes needed, apparently. I thought I was going to have to go pretty hard on some washes, but this is just kind of spackling on some black and brown paint. It's really helped de-shine that a bit, but kind of keep some of those metallic elements, I guess. Yeah, see, this guy's completely pristine. Stipple it, stipple it, stipple it. Just rub it away. And then use some of the brown to blend, filth it up a bit. I really like the wipe away. makes it a bit more weathered and worn. All right. Oh, we've got these guys. We'll definitely want to do that treatment too. Yeah, it definitely blends it in nicely, which is cool. Let's glue this together still. Yeah, maybe I can do that while it's drying. I don't even know what's the best orientation for this. Sure, that looks fine. Glue gun. Oh, naturally it sticks more to my finger than the bloody thing. It's pretty cool how it's gone from 0 to something. From modeled in the computer. Actually wonder how that looks. As is, let's see, let's pull it up on the old house. Time is at 11:30. I've been going to bed way too late this week. So that guy can basically sit there like a crown. That coloring is matching very nicely. Alright, so yeah, we definitely had everything way too bright before. I reckon maybe it could use a little bit of dry brushing, but so far blending pretty nicely into there. Yeah, maybe it's blending too much. I think, yeah, just tiny bit of dry brushing will help it a lot. Trying to debate the fact of gluing some of this stuff together. That's kind of how it goes together. Yeah, see, those ladders are going to be very finicky. But, like, am I just going to be putting those together for individual shots? Or... It does look good. Looks pretty weathered, and we do want to have a little bit of metallic coming through, especially if we're going to have some like lighting or something. Want it to look natural, I guess. I guess I'm trying to toss up do I glue this stuff down to this platform or not? It's a good question. Maybe? I mean, heck, it works for this thing. This lightning rod at the top. Yeah, I reckon we'll glue down the big stuff. But before I do that, we'll give the wood a little bit of a dry brush, I reckon. Wash, maybe with a little gray or something. No, it's just, yeah, it just needs maybe even just on the edges or something. That's what I'm noticing here. It's because it's dried nicely actually. Just because it's almost blends quite well in with the roof and stuff, so yeah, maybe we'll just kind of just hit the far out edges just a little bit. Okay, just so it just kind of breaks a little bit. Damn, that actually looks pretty good. Yeah, like that. .3D printed. That looks great. It's a little light on that side, but maybe that's just the light coming through. But it blends. Hang on, let's get the camera angle there. Yeah, that looks like it's part of it. Sure. All right, just gonna maybe not go too ham on these bits. That's ace. All right. I don't know if I need any. I don't think I do. Didn't need any dry brushing there, but that looks almost ready to start gluing that stuff down. I actually think maybe it went a little too light there. Let's just dial it back a bit. That's good. Yeah, great. Alright. I reckon that looks pretty sweet. Alright, so we've got... I don't know how I'm going to do the cabling, but I reckon we could glue a couple of these metallic things together. I reckon that could go like that. This looks from, you see, that's quite a boring flat angle for that thing. That's better that way. Yeah, maybe a little bit of an angle. Yeah, that's better. I like that. All right, I'm gonna glue that down like that. This guy a little bit to the angle. Okay, gotcha. Got it. It's a little bit messy. Let's clean that up. No harm, no foul. Okay. Guys, that guy's pretty locked in there, which is good. Oh, it's always a bit spicy on the eyes. It's going to kind of sit like that. It needs a wash, doesn't it? Yeah, it needs a wash. I'm looking at it just because like this has had a wash and everything's kind of tied in together. All right, we'll glue things first. And then we'll give it a wash. Uh-oh. Way too much. Oh, she done's. There's a lot of glue happening off camera. God damn. I've mostly glued my fingers together. But that's okay. Because I don't really need that. Yeah. But yeah, alright, so this is the deal. We've got this guy, we've got this guy. Which is mostly good. But yeah, we got... They can fit. And they're fairly... So the only things that's kind of shift around, I guess, are the ladders. Should I glue down the ladder there? Or should I not? That's a question. I think I'm going to leave the ladders separate because they seem not too much of a hassle. They're going to pop down. I reckon the only thing we need to do with this situation is a little bit of a wash, I reckon. Oh man, that got locked in with that super glue on those hands. Uh-oh. It's down there. Down. Back. All right. Varnish, I reckon. What have we got? 1:45. Varnish. And then we'll give it a wash, and then I guess we're gonna finish it off in the morning. Oh, have we lost camera? We have lost camera. What's going on there? There we go. That's a lot better. Yeah, not sure what happened there. Alright, so we're gonna... Yeah, that stuff's starting to look pretty ace. Alright, we're gonna varnish this. And then give it a little bit of a wash, I reckon. Looking good. Yeah, it definitely needs a little bit of a wash. but I like it. I like that it kind of just pops on there pretty well. I originally wanted to have some cabling going from the lightning rod here to down there. Maybe it could still be done. I'm not sure. Still thinking about it. That is a good. But yeah, these are gonna need. Definitely gonna need a little bit of a wash, I reckon. I'm just gonna go with the old dependable, old Knowles oil. Always seems to serve me well. Yeah, we gotta find it though. Done painting. Ugh. Yeah, good luck cleaning this off, Seb. With all the glue and varnish and all of that. Alright, well, let's see. We're gonna... Oh, man. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna put a little bit of a wash on this, I reckon. I think the ladders are good. We don't need to put a wash on the ladders. But we'll definitely do it for these guys. Black. I'm curious how much this is going to like dull down things. Although it does look like it does wonders in those like little gappy bits. Yeah, I might have to do a little bit of dry brushing afterwards, I reckon. It's mostly just, you know, for a little bit of contrast, I reckon. Especially on some of these metal bits where it gets quite glossy. There were some of these metal, what do you call them? Almost like buffery, I don't know what these things are called. Anyway, I've had quite a few failures on these just because they're a little bit tricky to print. They're a bit on an angle. Now this is really a testament to FDM printing. It's come a long way. I remember seeing the early like FDM stuff and be just like, yeah, I guess that's all right. It would be like the benchy boat or something, and it would be not very impressive, right? But now the level of detail you can get is really nice. Like I often just like the speed and that you can turn around stuff. Like I modeled this and printed it, and you probably could do the same with like a resin printer, but there's no cleaning, there's no fumes to worry about. It's just print it. I think it's a faster turnaround than resin printer if for failures, for prototypes. Actually, just like leave this on my glass or something. If I can manage it. Nope. I was just wanting to have it settle. There we go. Alright, got that and that. And let me just do one more. I think we'll see how it turns out in the morning after drying, but my gut feeling is that it'll need a little bit of a dry brush, especially like on some of the edges or something. Ah. Aww. Keep thinking, Seb, you should print some of those holders, right? Like the Citadel pot holders. Nah, man, you'll be right. Don't know how long this is the stream now. Just mopping up Nuln Oil into a slow reaction time. That's it. It was oh no, it spilled. I think it's getting there. I'm doing something. Other than that, I'm just spreading it around. Not too bad. That's probably as much as I can be bothered saving. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. We got those pieces all cleaned up, which is good. Painted up. We'll have to wait till the morning to see how they turn out, but they're looking pretty good. I think we've got something. Yeah, we just definitely have to wait until the morning until they're all dry. and then we'll have to see if it needs any kind of dry brushing or something like that. But here we go. There we go. We've got pieces. That means we're super close. We're super close to having this finished. I was talking to Dafford from Terraintronics about some LEDs to put into this thing. Still undecided about the specifics of that. I've got to probably start plugging some stuff in, because we had ideas for like using some of the circuitry that he's got there, and if I wanted to have those, I don't know, DMX controllable or something, that would be cool. But I definitely want to make this as simple as possible, so we'll see. Yeah, all right, we'll wait to see how that dries tomorrow, and I'll probably take some shots and post those in the behind the scenes. Thanks, folks. It has been wonderful just hanging out, just taking it easy for this Atmos-Lab, and I'll catch you around. I'll see you on the Monday night stream for After Dark. Until then, I do have a chunk of time on the weekend to work on some episode stuff. I'm working on something specifically for, it's almost kind of like a little tutorial on the projection stuff. So it might be, we'll see how we'll see how it comes together. Until then, I'll catch you around, and take it easy.